Mr. Potter, I think we can expect great things from you.
I don't know about you guys, but this Christmas, I'm going to be in my bedroom making no noise and pretending I don't exist, because it's not just going to be a season to be jolly. After years and years of waiting, we finally get to see Harry Potter on screen the way it's supposed to be seen. One book, one great season, starting with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the trailer for which just dropped on a random Wednesday or Thursday, depending on which part of the world you live in. The trailer itself has some pretty book-accurate scenes, and even those that might not seem so grounded in the books are bound to thrill you deep down in your bones. And guys, in this video, we're going to explore those super intricate details and snaps that you might have missed while watching the trailer, so without further ado, let's get right into it.
Let's see who you are.
Number 1. Where's the magic? If, like many others, you're asking this question after watching the trailer, don't worry y'all, there's going to be enough magic in the full thing. This is just a sneak peek of what you and I are going to get from the show. I mean, think about it. This one's basically a teaser, and it's all about giving a sneak peek showing how bad Petunia is, what a bully Dudley is, what a stern teacher with a heart of gold McGonagall is, and, of course, what Harry feels when he sees Mrs. Weasley hugging her son while he himself doesn't even remember his mom. And let's face it, the magic needs CGI and VFX, and that stuff takes time, so we'll probably see more of that in trailers that come out closer to the release date. So don't worry yourself wondering if the Harry Potter show is going to be good. Instead, the better question should be if Harry Potter is going to be good enough. But if you ask us, we think this new Hogwarts is going to be either as legendary as Westeros, or maybe even better. Now let's get into the juicier details, shall we? Number 2. More of the Dursleys, but more grounded versions than the books. The first shot of the trailer begins with Mr. Vernon Dursley reading a newspaper. Harry gets thrown into the cupboard under the stairs where the poor kid just hits the mattress on the floor with all his stuff lying around him like so many unhappy memories. We get Mrs. Petunia Dursley, or Aunt Petunia, telling Harry that he's just a normal boy with nothing special about him. Of course, she'll soon be proven wrong. So the first trailer confirms that we're going to be getting a lot more of number 4 Privet Drive, Little Winning, Surrey. We see the Dursley household, which seems like any other middle-class family from that day and age. I mean, 90s Britain. From the decoration of the house to its structure, as well as the clothing, it's all very 90s. We want to point out here that the Dursleys from the first book weren't as fleshed out as they were in the later books, which only meant that J.K. Rowling had to face certain issues while penning the Dursleys later on. However, that's not a mistake that HBO was going to make. These guys are keeping this sort of hostile and evil family of 3 very real and grounded in themes and tones. More on that later. 3. Dudley and his gang bully Harry at school. The next scene shows a kid running for his life in a school corridor, trying to wade through a sea of children, but the very next shot takes us to the school toilet. Members of Dudley's gang hold him, while Dudley himself approaches with that evil bully-like grin on his face. We're sure Harry did something to unintentionally offend Dudley, and now he's out for blood. We expect the show's first 2 episodes to really flesh out Harry's troubled pre-Hogwarts life, where he's bullied not just at home, but even at school. But if you think about it, this scene with Dudley and his boys also foreshadows what becomes of Dudley later in his life when he gets mixed up with real gangs, makes a small one of his own. Even as a kid, he often preyed on 10-year-olds like Harry, and later on, he simply became more of a thug, and not even a smart one. But if you look at Dominic McLaughlin's expression here, we're kind of amazed at what he's doing at such a young age. This kid is angry at Dudley, not really scared. He knows Dudley is a piece of shit who only bullies the weak. It's just that now's not really the time to do so, and that's why Harry's just biding his time.
You think you're something special? There is nothing special.
Number 4. Aunt Petunia is way more evil this time around. Now, look at this shot here. Petunia is basically using scissors to point at Harry while telling him that there's nothing special about him. We like Belle Powley as an actress and a person, but her portrayal of Petunia is definitely going to go down in history as one of the most hated characters of all time, joining the long list of Harry Potter characters like Umbridge and Bellatrix Lestrange. I mean, just look at her. The disgusted and hateful look that she's giving Harry is enough to tell you that these Dursleys are 100% book and 200% evil. Now, the reason why Petunia cutting Harry's hair is important is that she was always trying to tame Harry's messy hair. No matter what she did, no matter how many times she cut it, it always grew back with remarkable speed, almost like an act of rebellion. We love these details, and Petunia's hair is blonde. 5. There is something special about him, and the letter proves it. Now, to the most magical part of the trailer yet, Harry receives his letter. Petunia was, of course, wrong. Harry collects the mail and finds a letter addressed to one H. Potter, who lives in the cupboard under the stairs. There's just one such H. Potter in the entire friggin' world. You may notice the cursive handwritten writing with no stamps on the letter, which only means that someone either hand-delivered it, or perhaps it popped up thanks to owls. Harry wouldn't know, of course, not yet, but soon he's gonna. That might be a great way to end the first episode. It would be rewarding to see him suffer for a total of 50 minutes before seeing that the most adventurous and remarkable part of his life is about to begin. Number 6. In the Tube. Next, we see Harry riding the tube, or the underground, whatever you want to call it, and he's telling Hagrid how he's always wanted to know about his parents. Hagrid responds by saying what you and I already know, that his parents were the kindest, bravest people he ever met, that they were funny and clever, and that they stood up for what they believed was right. This is Nick Frost's Hagrid's way of preparing Harry a bit for what's waiting for him in the wizarding world, about who his parents were and how they fought evil and sacrificed themselves in their quest to defeat it. This whole conversation takes place in the underground train, which I'm sure was preceded by some funny banter between Harry and himself about Muggle trains. This also means that Hagrid has rescued Harry from the Dursleys and their attempt to hide Harry from Hogwarts and its staff. 7. Harry runs into the wall. Next, Hagrid drops Harry at King's Cross Station and tells him that the next time he sees Harry, it would be at Hogwarts. The young wizard finds himself all confused. He has his suitcase and his trusty pet owl Hedwig, but then we see him running with his luggage and his owl, and he could be running for 2 reasons here. He either saw Mrs. Weasley and her kids running into the wall, which would tell him that she's the person he would speak to, or he's already met Mrs. Weasley and she's taught him how to reach platform 9 3/4. Either way, our future Hogwarts Triwizard champion has found his way. I just hope Dumbledore's calmer this time when he asks him if he put his name in the Goblet of Fire. 8. Strongest emotional imagery. Now look at this shot here. We believe this is the strongest scene of the entire trailer, one that has a million emotions, the weight of which only long-term fans can understand. Here's Harry, a kid who can't even remember his mom who loved him so dearly that she sacrificed herself to protect him, and he's looking out at the Hogwarts Express window at a mother and son hugging each other. Harry is about to begin his most tremendous journey, but he's going to a faraway mystical land where he knows nobody apart from a half-giant. But here's Mrs. Weasley hugging Ron, giving him motherly love, and Harry is in awe, nearly envious. I mean, can you even imagine what's going through the mind of this child as he watches this? I don't even want to think about it. Number 9. Train number 5977 reaches Hogwarts. After an info card, the trailer shows the Hogwarts Express finally reaching its destination, after which Hagrid leads the first years from the train station through the woods to the castle that would become Harry Potter's home, at least for the next few years. The train arrives at night, much like it happened in the books, after which Hagrid reaches the gates of the school and knocks. Of course, Mr. Filch might be the one to open the magnificent door, but welcoming the students is Professor McGonagall instead. Now, you might notice the entrance hall looks much grander and more majestic than what we got in the movie. In fact, even in the later parts of the trailer, there are scenes that tell us that this time, the scale is going to be bigger. Needless to say, Hogwarts hasn't yet been shown in all of its glory because there's still a lot of time left for that. There will be multiple trailers before Christmas finally gets here. 10. The Woman with a Heart of Gold and the Nerves of a Lion. Before we talk about Professor McGonagall and Janet McTeer's performance, let's take a moment that the biggest shoes to be filled here will be by those playing the characters of Dumbledore, Snape, and McGonagall. I mean, Michael Gambon as Albus Dumbledore, Alan Rickman as Severus Snape, and Maggie Smith as Minerva McGonagall have left an indelible mark in the hearts and minds of an entire generation of global fans. And while these 3 legends have sadly passed away, their memories will remain eternal. In fact, the same could be said of Hagrid and Voldemort. Anyways, speaking of Janet McTeer's Minerva McGonagall, she already looks the part, and we hope she'll be as good a Minerva McGonagall as Maggie Smith was. The professor was known to be just, stern, and gutsy when it came to school business, and we expect nothing less from McTeer. 11. The Sorting Hat. We see a short glimpse of the Sorting Hat and a hand picking it up. It Looks like a kid's hand if we're not wrong, but that's about it for this one. 12. Game of Thrones meets Harry Potter. Anton Lesser, who wonderfully played Qyburn in Game of Thrones, is playing Garrick Ollivander, originally played by John Hurt. The man tells Harry,
I think we can expect great things from you.
couldn't be more correct. Now, I don't want to be the pessimist, but Anton Lesser is already 74. I'm assuming that all 7 seasons of the show would need at least 10 years to get completed. We need Ollivander even in that last season. So here's to us wishing Mr. Lesser a long, long life. Yeah, rest assured, Ollivander's character is in great hands, and it seems like one of the best casting decisions of the show. 13. An amphitheater-like classroom. In what looks to be a history of magic class, a class that Ron famously often sleeps through, the show really shows how grand it's going to be. I mean, the room is huge, and later, we also see a class with Professor Sprout. All in all, HBO has confirmed that the show will spend a good amount of time in different classrooms, and if we're being honest, I need that. There's just so much they can play with in these settings. There's a lot of scope to flesh out characters, both students and professors. 14. Quick shots. At this point, the trailer shows a lot of quick shots of various places, things, and people. For instance, we get this scene that looks like the Gryffindor common room. Then there's Draco, Crabbe, and Goyle, played by Lox Pratt, Finn Stevens, and William Nash respectively, along with another Slytherin. They're all drawing their wands at someone, and we're pretty sure it's Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And how could we forget the Nimbus 2000, the broom that says swift as a snitch, and the same broom that would earn Harry his first snitch. In fact, there's a little bit of foreshadowing. If you look closely, you'll see that this design here is very similar to Harry's forehead scar, the one he received on that fateful night in Godric's Hollow.
Let's see who you are.
15. Quidditch. Next up, we see a good shot of what seems to be Harry's first ever Quidditch match, and we can see Hermione and Ron cheering, and it seems to be a Gryffindor-Hufflepuff matchup, which we can deduce from the team jerseys. Hufflepuffs usually wear yellow, but Harry won his first snitch in a match that he played against Slytherin. So this could be from another match entirely, and we definitely see him coming out into the field with his broom and in his gear, so he's definitely playing. So yeah, I guess we just gotta wait and see, but this next scene is super important and possibly gives us a glimpse at the first monster from the series. Later in the trailer though, the Gryffindor team can be seen in a huddle before an upcoming Quidditch match. 16. Did I spot a troll? Now, at about a minute 35 into the trailer, there's a shot of what seems to be Harry and Ron running for their lives. And if you play the trailer at 1/4 speed like I did, you'll notice a super large humanoid figure running after them on the left side of your screen. We're wondering if we just spotted a troll, which is entirely possible because that happens in the book itself. In the book, Professor Quirrell releases a troll into the dungeons as a distraction to try and steal the Sorcerer's Stone. Harry and Ron run to the bathroom to save Hermione, with Ron ultimately knocking the troll out with its own club using the swish and flick motion of the levitation charm. Do you remember what that charm was? After this, there's a few more interesting shots of Harry chilling with Ron on the train to Hogwarts, which of course becomes the place where their bond is birthed and nurtured. 17. Snape now has cool dreadlocks. Now, this is the only glimpse we get of Papa Iseadu as Severus Snape, the man, the myth, the legend. But what's he doing with his wand lit up with the Lumos charm? Well, in this scene, Harry is right beside him, hidden under the cloak of invisibility, and although he can't see Harry Potter, he can sense him, right? How? Well, Snape is basically a legilimend, and legilimency is the magical art of navigating a person's mind, allowing a practitioner, aka a legilimend, to read thoughts, emotions, and memories, or detect lies. Unlike simple mind reading, it involves interpreting layers of consciousness. Anyway, as we mentioned earlier, Iseadu has to fill the great shoes of Alan Rickman, who is by far one of the most amazingly written and portrayed characters of all time. 18. Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore. The last professor that the trailer shows is Dumbledore, the legendary headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. John Lithgow looks great as Dumbledore in this scene, complete with that super long white fluffy beard. Now, unlike many other Harry Potter characters, Dumbledore has been played by 3 veterans, namely Jude Law, Richard Harris, and Michael Gambon, with Gambon being the character for the longest time. In the trailer, it seems that Dumbledore has a tool in his hands, and that helps him collect memories for the pensieve. If you remember, the pensieve is used to store and review memories or thoughts. By extracting memories with a wand, users can view them from a third-person perspective, allowing them to examine details, uncover secrets, and clear their minds of overwhelming thoughts. 19. The Trio. The trailer finally ends with the trio sitting in Harry and Ron's compartment in the Hogwarts Express. Ron is played by Alistair Stout, and the two boys are joined by Arabella Stanton's Hermione Granger, who must have come to them looking for Neville's frog. Ron asks Harry, is he really Harry Potter? And things get a bit awkward, but he answers affirmatively, after which Ron makes a weird lightning gesture with his hand, which is of course a nod to the lightning scar that Harry has on his forehead. It's cute, but yeah, it's a bit awkward. However, there is one more detail here you might have missed. If you look closely, Ron's nose is a bit dirty, and I'm sure Hermione is going to show off her nose-cleaning skills. Well, folks, unfortunately, that's all we got for you this time. I, for one, am super excited about this new series, and I'm slightly jealous of the kids that are going to grow up with these 10 and 11-year-olds. It's kind of a magical experience, getting to grow up with characters you adore. Anyways, if you liked this video, please consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons. Those 2 small clicks from you will help us tremendously in bringing you more of these lore lockdowns. Oh, and if we missed any details or Easter eggs, feel free to share them down in the comments. We'd love to read them. Otherwise, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.